All right, let's get this thing going, guys. Let's get fired up. Let's do this thing. I'm excited to be here with all of you this wonderful Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. It is the only September 20th, 2023 that I certainly know. If anybody knows of it being differently, please let me know. I'm interested in hearing your perspective. But right here tonight, we're going to go through some housekeeping items first and foremost. Down at the very bottom of your screen, you're going to see there's reactions that are down there. Those reactions allow you to raise your hand or send any emojis that you want, any kind of feelings that you want out on this meeting. Don't hold back. You also got a chat window. The chat window is going to be super, super important for you. The chat window, you'll be able to interact and engage with individuals that you desire to interact with. And you're also going to be able to do that publicly as well. If you just want some general feedback or some questions that you want answered, don't hesitate, but reach out through that chat. We've got a lot of people on here with lots of experience, and we have AK coaches too that will be coming on throughout the evening as well. I know they're out busy. We have Rob on there. Rob, raise your hand there. Cool. Rob McKenzie, Black Max out of just outside of Toronto and Hamilton, and owns Black Max driveway seal coating out there, crushing it. All right, cool. Another housekeeping item is please make sure you'll notice that the names on everybody's profile, you'll know that the name is not all you should have. You should also follow it up with your email address. Why? Because the network is super strong and your community right here is filled with people who are building towards a better future. You'll hear people speak tonight that you may want to connect with. And you can also see company names as well in their email addresses in some cases. If you don't have your company name in your email address and you already have a business, shame on you. It's time to fix that problem and make sure you have a company name in your email address. Super, super important, okay? All right, guys, let's dig in. First and foremost, we're going to do the very first kickoff of the meeting, which includes something wild, something that's not average, something that is very, very different. Last week was Jeanette that took that one off, but tonight we're going to actually have, I know Skylar's in his car, so I can't do it, but Clay, you want to take us off tonight, man, on doing the shuffle for us, get us kicked off? You remember how to do the shuffle? All right, cool. So instruct everybody. Let's go.
All right. So you mean like the shuffle as in just something wild, right? Like a win, like the wins, right?
Check out Jeanette. What's she doing right there? Emery Asphalt Services standing up. Matthias standing up. Who knows what we do when we kick off a meeting to get the energy up? What do we do? Let's go. Let's do it, guys. Everybody stand up. Let's go. Everybody here. And if you guys aren't standing up, you got to stand up. It's time. Scholar, you know the drill. Come on. To the left first, right, Clay? The left 10 times, right 10 times, above your head 10 times. Let's go. Let's go.
And to the right.
Yep. Come on, guys. Let's do it. And then above the head. Let's go, Clay.
Let's get it. Let's get this money.
Cool. All right, guys. That's what we call not being average, and we kick off the meeting with the energy, get the blood pumping. You guys truly ready for the meeting tonight? Everybody everybody ready for this? All right, cool. All right, let's start out with wins tonight. I want to hear about the wins in the industry, people who are in the industry that have experienced some great success since last week's roundtable, since Wednesday. Any breakthroughs, anything that you've read, any kind of books, any kind of financial wins, any kind of great things that have connected you with building a better future for yourself. We want to hear about it. Let's go around the board. Stephen, let's rock. Come on, let's go.
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight?
Good, man. You look lost in the woods there, bro, with that background. You driving?
A little bit, yeah, driving a little bit. And we actually, me and my son, I don't know if you can see him.
Hi.
I
cool.
Through some marshes and some swamps, did some duck hunting. And while I was out doing that, I got a call from a client that I met 2 days ago. And he said, yeah, let's go for it. So Friday, Saturday, we're doing some infrared, we're doing some alligator patching, some crack sealing, and then Saturday it's seal coating. And that's $3,700 job.
Congratulations, man.
we were able to close on. And then I have another crack sealing job tomorrow that came my way through an outfit called Vendor PM. And it's a small job for a huge property management company. So after that job is done, me and the representative, we're going to sit down and I'm going to explain what else I can do for her. The property there it looks good. It's got some cracks, but it's only 2 or 3 years old. So I'm like, well, next year, let's get it seal coated. Let's keep it looking great nonstop for you.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, it was very well needed for my business. I did have a question about the contract, if now is a good time or I can wait until later on in the meeting.
Yeah, let's go into Q&As a little later, Steven, so we can go around with some more wins, get this pumped up. Cool?
Thanks.
Nice. Congrats on the wins, man. All right, let's go. I know there's more wins on here. I see Skylar on here. Skylar, get on here, dude. Tell us about wins, man. I know you're out there crushing it, making shit happen. Let's go. Come on. Tell us.
So I mean, there's been a lot, I guess. Like there's been definitely some just personal development stuff. I got challenged up in Ontario to read the book You Are the Mountain, and I'm literally Anthony challenged me to read the first 5 chapters. I'm like reading it a second time and I'm only 5 chapters in because it's not a book that you just read and blow through. It's definitely a big self-reflection and you got to dive into that type of stuff. I am in the midst of trying to land another contract. We paint curbs and the parking lot at a school every year. I connected with Covey up there in Canada, and he gave me like some ideas on some wet blasting to remove the paint. They asked about doing it. We paint it every year. It's ridiculous. So that'll easily be like another $60,000-$70,000 that we add to this contract that we do every year anyway. So, you know, it'd be great to add that in every couple of years to strip the curbs back down, get them fresh again, and put a fresh coat of paint on there. So it's a pretty big W for us. That's
incredible, man. Skylar, how long have you been in the industry?
I've only been 5 years. I bought the business. It's been around for 15 years. So yeah, I mean, my big goal, I don't know if you've seen, I posted on the page. My big goal this year is to really break that $1 million mark. Literally like, I want to do more than break it. You know, I'm at like 850 right now. I still have like $60,000 sitting in pending work that we have to get done. And, you know, that means like I've over doubled the business since I've bought it. So, you know,
congratulations, man. Congratulations. Yeah. It was so good to meet you up in Dundas, Ontario, man. Like to see you in person. And that was a really special time. I really enjoyed that. And I'm stoked to spend more time with you in Dallas as well. That's going to be a blast. You know, it's interesting, right? Like you start surrounding yourself. We spoke about this up there, right, at the roundup, but it's like you start surrounding yourself with winners, like people with winning mindset, and you absolutely stay connected with that kind of frequency and energy. Stuff unfolds that way, right? If you throw like a baseball sized rock into a pond that's just flat, and that baseball that's written on it is, I'm a winner. And you throw that into the pond, those ripples that come off of that is, I'm a winner.
Yep. And especially, I think a big thing for me was my industry. Like, I mean, especially at this, like, you know, at this volume, I started feeling like, who can help? You know what I mean? Like, where can I look? I need some things here and there. I need some advice. I need someone to bounce ideas off of. And like a lot of what's around me is not even close to this, right? Like nobody even has a uniform that's within a couple hours of me. So like, getting connected is huge for me.
Congrats, man. I'm excited for you, and continue to pour out those inspirational stories and all that stuff too, man. Keep those posts rolling. Proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Cool. Congrats on the wins too. And yes, $1 million. Let's go, buddy. Let's go.
I'm getting there.
Let's
grinding.
Go. Cool. We've got Marquise. What's going on, bud?
How's it going? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Tell us what's going on
Well, this is gonna probably seem small in comparison to you guys, but it's a win for me. I finally got my LLC for the business that I'm trying to start right now. Got in contact with Matthias, I believe. He reached out to me and he gave me some good information, to get the ball rolling. My goal right now is just actually to start, because right now I'm currently 21 working as an electrical apprentice, but I want to use this money, as a means to bigger goals, like, starting a business, country living, things like that. So I want to get the ball rolling into paint striping. So I actually bought a machine. It's a Rust-Oleum. It's not that great, but it's something to start with. And I just so happened to just drive past, drive down the street. Because I was asking God, I'm like, okay, I really want to start, this business. And he's like, look around you. I look around, it's like 100 different small businesses around me with all these parking lots. I'm like, how did I not see this yet? So, my goal is to reach out to every last one of them. My goal at first was to get at least 10 or 5, but Matthias was like, go for 30, go for all of them, So I was like, all right, fine, no problem. So yeah, that's a win for me, I guess, having an LLC and starting my first business.
Way to go, brother. Way to go.
What do you want to say, Matthias?
Oh, I'm glad you took the advice, brother. Yeah, keep it going, man. Just keep growing, keep building. Don't give up, man. It's all good. We got you here.
So I'll tell you that you've probably seen a few videos on YouTube as well now, right? You're probably just like, you're fully entrenched into YouTube videos and watching, right?
Yeah, just watching, just trying to soak it all in.
Cool. Well, what I'll say to you is this, my man. The first step is the one that you'll remember for the rest of your life. You're also going to remember the first $100,000 job that you'll close as well. And you're going to remember, like, when Skylar hits that million mark, he's going to remember that. My point is that these decisions and these parts of your life become ones that are the most impressive and most significant wins as it relates to business. Starting your business is the hardest step always. Making the decision to actually just pull the trigger and get started. That's the hardest part of it, man. Because at Asphalt Kingdom, with what we provide with the AK Vault and the framework and the videos and the communities and everything that you have access to, you can create success through that, and it becomes inevitable for you as long as you follow the process, my man. Just stick true to it. And discipline and determination. When you see those parking lots, we're going to talk about something in a little bit about what I experienced this week, but you have the opportunity to drive by it and think about it and let that fade into just smoke behind you. Or you have the opportunity to pull in to that parking lot, get out of your truck, walk over and try to find out who's responsible for those pavement assets. And when somebody says they don't know, you look for the next person. You look for the next person. You keep going until you find the person that's responsible for it. And I'll tell you about what happened with me later in this meeting, but I'm going to tell you about how this relentless mindset of discipline and determination will yield dividends for the rest of your life, and then you can leave that legacy. So congrats, man. You made the hardest step. That's a huge win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, brother. Matthias, definitely connect, please. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, Mr. Tony Locke is in the house. What's going
up, AK
on, brother?
Hope everybody's been doing good. If my truck is getting too loud, just let me know. Is it too loud?
No, brother, we don't even hear anything in the background. You're gonna have to get those exhausts a little bit bigger. You're gonna have to port that thing out, bud.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we're getting new trucks soon, but
I'm kidding.
it's just big win is it's starting to finally snowball. It's the pieces that are start being in the right place at the right time. I don't know what happened.
No, you're good, bro. We're all staring at you on a big screen right now. Tell everybody what you've got, bro. We want to hear it.
Yeah, so it's just real quick. getting on this meeting, at AK Roundtable, Asphalt Kingdom has changed my business trajectory incredibly. I just want to put that out there. Like I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. I just want to point that out. You guys have really helped us out so much, and just from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate everything you guys do. But so it's kind of crazy. I made, I've been doing it for a bit, but I made double my weekly paycheck today, and it's just like blows my mind what I used to do. But we right place, right time, crazy story. We got in with a development company, and I'm coming after some 2x2s here soon, the ROI infrareds. But we landed another 45K of work at 75% margins. A big hotel and a bunch of infrared patching. So it's like I just want to say that it's just been crazy ride. It's been tough, but it's really catapulted over the past like 2 weeks.
So we got your video playing right now, man. First video, show some love. I'm trying here. This is Tony Locke right here. Look at this, folks.
That's
Boom.
just a snippet. That's just a snippet. It took a few tries, and like I sounded so stupid on camera, but you just got to do it.
No, you didn't. Dude, the first step is always the hardest, right, Marquise? That's always the hardest spot. And so first step to do your video. Look at this, man.
And
look at you standing here doing this, bro.
I can't take all the credit. I'm sorry, Alex, Black and Yellow, but I've kind of just emulated him. I love everything that he does, the way he's structured and kind of presents his business. And yeah, I mean, that I just kind of just, you could say, bit his flow, but hopefully, it works out. I mean, I bit your flow too, Judd. It's just, but what you've taught us and taught me, and I've translated into my business. It's just, I didn't think it was this possible this soon.
Yeah, dude, it's possible. You know why it's possible? You're making it possible. All we do, listen, I'm just, and other people that are on here, we're just people on a screen, and we have sound that comes through microphones that you end up interpreting, and you get to go and execute on all that stuff, right? It's your brain processes it. You could choose to wake up and hit that snooze button on your alarm every morning, or you're going to get up and you're going to get out and you're going to go hunt the best version of yourself and build the crap of your business, brother. And guess what? That's what you do, man. That's what you do. That's why you're successful. And listen, Tony, not everybody is able to do that. Like, not everybody is able to do that. And those people that are unable to do that, then they're just not able to do it, right? And that's okay. But at the end of the day, you desire to have something different. Whatever somebody desires in their life should be what it is that they go and chase. But you can't, like, don't if you're gonna chase and hunt something that you really want in your life, you can't be hitting the snooze button, man.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, it's not for everybody, for sure. I was up till 5 a.m. editing my website and creating that video before I posted it. And it's just like up the next day. Maybe we lucked out because it was cold in the morning, but so I didn't wake up super early. But it's stuff like that. Yeah. And it feels good. And I don't know, man. It's just I'm so excited to see what's to come. And it's finally, pieces are coming together, and we're setting up infrared patching, and we're excited to go through the hurdles with that. I know it's not going to be super pretty the first time, but we're probably going to get two. We're going to get two infrareds, and we need all the extra stuff. So
nice, man. And let me ask you, that job that we just showed right there, what was the price on that job?
$9,200.
$9,200. How long did it take you to do?
It was 2 sections. It took us longer than needed because of weather,
Yeah.
So I would have to like kind of figure out the hours. I didn't really tally that. But I mean, we definitely we were probably at like 35. Oh no, not 35. 65% margins on that.
On that project, that's huge, man. That's fantastic. Congratulations, bro.
The guy,
Keep crushing it, man.
Thank you. The owner was kind of a piece of work, but he loved it at the end. Straight, I gotta be honest.
You coming to Dallas?
I saw that today. I didn't. I wanted to look into it, but I just been kind of busy. I don't know what the heck is going on.
I'll share more here on the roundtable. If you're sticking around, I'll share more.
Yeah, I'll be on for the rest of the night.
Cool. All right. Thanks, bro. Congratulations, Tony. Keep the pressure on. Let's go. All right. So let me jump in, guys, for a second, and let me tell you something that's really fun. And I want to drop this to you because I think it's important just to have it on the table for everybody. And so if we can pay close attention to this, then I believe that it will have impact on your go forward and what actually ends up being something that you can practice to become more successful with your business. And so this comes down to the mindset of ultimately, I am unstoppable. The mindset of being unstoppable. And the word is unstoppable. And if you write that down somewhere, that's cool. But just that's the word. That's the key word for the story that I'm going to share right now. So I'm in Houma, Louisiana right now. My wife needs to deal with some stuff medically, and we're here for probably another 4 to 6 weeks. And so while we're here, of course, we are pretty physically active, and I like to run, but I also like the gym. I like to go pump some weights and feel it. You know what I mean? That it's good for the body, good for the soul. So I go over to the gym. It's called Club 4, and it's in a commercial plaza, you know, where they have like a gym and then a furniture store and a dollar store and, you know, shoe store and then a nail salon and, you know, Home Depot and Walmart and like this 1 million square foot type parking lot. You know what I mean? Like those huge ones. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like those big super centers. You ever seen those? All right, cool. So as I'm pulling in at Club 4, I'm looking at the parking lot because, of course, now anybody that's on here, by the way, that's in the asphalt industry understands that asphalt becomes part of your bloodline. Like you see it everywhere that you go. And for those of you just starting out, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to see asphalt after this meeting absolutely everywhere all the time. And it's going to be, right? Raise your hand if you agree with that, by the way. You see asphalt everywhere now? All right, cool. Yeah, you're surrounded by it. So I have the opportunity to pull into this cool parking lot, and I get out of the car, and my wife gets out, and guess what I look down and see? Jeanette, guess what I see on the ground just next to the car? Take a guess what I see on the ground.
Pothole.
A pothole. Ooh, a pothole. You know how excited I get when I see potholes on 1 million square footers?
I get excited too.
Trust me, we're all excited right now. All right, so here's what I do. I have the option, right? I can either just leave it as is and just walk into the gym and go do my workout, come back to the car, and life goes on, right? That's one option. Everybody agree with that? Raise your hand if you agree. Cool. Raise your hand if you believe that's the right decision. Raise your hand if you believe that I should not mention or explore the opportunity of getting this pothole repaired. All right, cool. So everybody agrees. So I go into the gym and I immediately ask if they know who the property manager is for this parking lot. And they're like, no, the gym is brand new. Fortunately, while I was on the parking lot before I went in the gym, of course, I took a selfie video, guys, because you got to take the selfie videos from your smartphones. They work so well. Great video quality, great audio. You take a selfie video, and I'm like, hey, I'm just here, just pulled into this parking lot, and I see a pothole, which is a liability risk. It's a tripping hazard. Last thing I'd want is somebody falling. So this video is for whoever's responsible for making the decisions on the parking lot. And I'm going to make sure that I get this over to you as soon as I possibly can. And I save the video to my phone. Boom, done, documented. So I go into the gym, can't find the facility manager, no problem. I have two options, right? I could either just say, okay, cool, well, thanks for trying, and I could go do my workout and go home, right? Everybody agree with that? I could do that, right? But instead, I had the other option, which was I'm going to go next door to the dollar store. and I'm going to find out who the facility manager is from people at the dollar store. So I go over to the dollar store. It's Sunday, by the way. This is Sunday that just passed. And I asked them, I say, do you know anybody who's responsible for this parking lot? Like if somebody tripped and fell or there was an accident on the parking lot, do you know who the person responsible for that would be? And the two girls at the desk, they were like, no, we have no idea. But I think there's a leasing company that handles that. And I'm two options, right? Two options. I walk out, go back to the gym, do the workout, and life goes on. Or the second option is I go where? To the furniture store next door, right? And so I go into the furniture store. I walk in and there's three people sitting on a couch. And I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Like, how's business? You're quiet in here, right? You guys know anybody who's responsible for the pavement assets outside the parking lot? And they're like, no, not really. I'm like, so hold on one second. If there was something that happened out there on the parking lot and there was an accident or somebody tripped and fell in a pothole, let's say, because the parking lot looks like crap and there's potholes, they're like, yeah, that parking lot looks terrible. She's like, let me go check the office. And she goes in the office and she pulls out a business card. She pulls out a business card, everyone. And she says, there's the business card. She says, yeah, I know the property manager. It's this person here. And so I'm like, bingo. And there's a cell phone on the business card, a cell phone number on the business card. She's the property manager for this whole complex. So I have two options. One is I could send her an email. Second option, I could call the phone number. There's actually more than two options. Three, I could send her a video text message, like a video message through SMS. Or I could do all of them. Do you think that option three would be the right decision? If I couldn't get through to her on the phone, should I do all three? Should I leave her a voicemail, send her a video text message, and send her an email along with the video attached? All right, cool. Because that's the mindset. We differentiate from the average, which would technically be that company that would walk into the gym and then walk back to their truck and give up. Actually, the majority of people would pass by this 1 million square footer and not even stop. Why? Because they think that it's not possible for them to actually close a deal like that, because that's their mindset. But I believe differently. And I want to help you guys all believe differently. If I can help you believe with conviction that you can go out and reach out and do what you need to do to go to the end of the line to be able to build that relationship, you now end up in a place where you're opening opportunities that I'm about to share with you that I opened up. So I call Giovanna on the card. I get her voicemail. I leave a nice voicemail to her saying, hey, listen, Giovanna, just by chance, I'm in Homa. I'm in the pavement asset management industry. We're committed to keeping properties safe, long lasting, and looking great, and really providing a great customer experience for you with communication and making sure that we do everything we can to help you. I'd love the opportunity to get on a call with you and chat about things so that we can help you with these pavement assets. And so I leave that voicemail. In addition, I leave her a video text message. In addition, I send her the email with the video attached to it. Monday morning, I wake up next day and I've got an email from her saying, we contracted somebody 2 months ago and they're actually going to be starting it in short term. I had two options. One option, all right, thank you so much, Giovanna. I appreciate the opportunity to connect. Or the second option is start to do research about her property management company and ask her if she's responsible for any other properties. Which option's better, one or two? Put your hand up, tell me what's better, one or two. All right, cool. Everybody says number two. If we say that, that's what we got to practice going forward. Everybody agree with that? All right, cool. Because we don't give up. We go to the end. Remember, we got to find out what the opportunities are beyond what the average mindset would stall at. Average mindset would just respond to the email, thanks. Give me a call in the future. Give me a call in the future if you ever need any work, right? You guys agree with that? Something like that? That's average? All right, cool. So what I did was I started to engage in an email thread with her till I finally picked up the phone and I said, Giovanna, I'd love the opportunity to explore this with you. How many properties is your company responsible for? They're out of Alabama. They're responsible for over 500 properties, team. 500 properties. There's 17 property managers within that company that manage all of those assets, 17 of them. And I'm going to South Carolina next week with Anthony to go do some coaching and some infield training with on a McDonald's project. And then I'm flying back, and guess where I'm going to meet Giovanna? In Alabama at her office to start speaking about a pavement asset management plan to service their 500 properties through a contractor network that we're building and growing, that we're going to be able to service these properties. Welcome to the AK Roundtable. If we're not all relentlessly working to build something beyond just our geographical zone, but instead actually marketing and attempting to sell accounts that are bigger than what one little location that you're going to service, if we're not of that mindset of pushing the envelope past where we are right now, team, we're going to struggle in being able to get really rich doing what it is that we have the possibility to do. So if I could teach you how to do that and give you the framework and provide you with the conviction and belief that you could unfold this for yourself, would that be worth it to you? Raise your hand if that would be worth it to you. All right, cool. November 5th, Dallas, Texas. We've rented a penthouse 20 minutes away from the airport. It's free to join. Matthias, can you drop the link in the chat? Thank you. We have already 13 people signed up to it without much marketing. I've done it through my Instagram stories. It will fill up fast, 50 total. Whether you're in the business or whether you're just starting out, you're invited to this event. And I hope to be able to inspire you to build something that's way beyond just building a few $100,000 company. I want to help you build companies that are extremely successful. Skylar, you heard me up in Dundas, Ontario, man. I am 100% committed to getting you guys to build futures that are extremely more bright than what you have right now in an industry that's surrounded by asphalt absolutely everywhere. And I urge you guys to go on Google Earth Pro. And I urge you to go into any city, any metropolitan city and the outskirts, and you start telling me if asphalt isn't absolutely everywhere. It's everywhere, guys. And the majority of people are not even willing to pick up their phones, let alone go out and knock on the doors like I did to be able to connect with Giovanna, who has 500 properties attached to her portfolio. So what I preach, I must practice. And so should all of you. So there's my little value drop that I want to give you guys. But if you desire to see me in Dallas and come with our team, we have coaches flying in as well. We are going to be there, and I can't wait. And Scholars, I'm so stoked that you're coming back, man, because we have to push on this, bro. Like, we have to do this, right? We got to get you to 2 million, not like 1 million this year, yes, but we've got to pump it up. Come on, bring it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just like I said up in Dundas, was you asked what the goal was, 5 million, right? 5 million was the goal, not 2 million, not 1 million. 5 million is the goal, because I would need to do 5 times what I'm doing now. You said, I remember the word you said, you will be fucking rich if you do $5 million. But that is the goal. You know what I mean? It's not just get a couple projects under my belt and do this because I want to make a living. I want to change fucking lives.
You hear that, everybody? That's the mindset that you need to build yourself to if you want to do this at that level. If you you don't need to be there. But for those of you that want and desire to be in that upper echelon of mindset to unfold something truly magical, you have to invest into yourself at a level that's beyond just going out there and doing it all on your own. It has to be bigger than that. Questions? Anybody have questions? I know we've got, Skylar's here. I'm here. We've got a bunch of people on here. Spencer, come on, let's bring it, brother. What do you got? Spencer, I meant Steven. I'm so sorry, Steven.
Like, who is that guy?
Oh, Spencer's an OG, man. He's one of my favorite human beings on planet Earth. Here, look, do you know who Spencer is?
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
Spencer right there, bro.
Great to meet you.
Spencer.
Hello. It's nice to meet you, Spencer. So the question I have, the contract that I won, he wants to go ahead with it, but there is a section 8x10, so 80 square feet, and there's a big dip. And it kind of looks like a miniature version of the ocean floor as it goes along. There's a slope and then it flattens out again. And I said, hey, I'm part of this roundtable with industry experts from across North America, but I think your best option would be to cut it out and raise it up and then level it out. There's a drain in there as well that I wasn't so sure about. Either way, I've got the job to repair it as is, but I just want to be able to present him with other options. I really think the best option would be in a few years to rip out the whole thing and level it. But is there anything I could do to raise it with any sort of extra material?
Anthony Bison, you want to go with this?
Sure. So you said drain, which is just concerning because I want to make sure that you don't do anything to interrupt the water sheet flow to the drain. So pictures would be great, like would be amazing. But if you need to raise the material, if you need to raise it up and you have your infrared, you should be able to infrared that area in multiple sections. Keep the sections that you move from warm with the torch and be able to add material as you need to. If you don't have hot asphalt and you need to make rejuvenated millings, you're just going to need a wheelbarrow or something, and you should be able to make enough. 80 square feet. I mean, depending on the depth, if it's 100 a ton will do 150 square feet at, I always forget if it's 1 inch or 2 inch. So you're very, yeah, I think you'd be able to do that. But the best thing would be to have a hot asphalt supply. But if you can't, you'll be able to do it in milling. It's just going to take you a little bit of process. So answer some questions. Is the drain in the middle of it, Stephen?
No, it's in the corner. It's right on the edge where it transitions from asphalt to like gravel and grass with the landscaping. The problem also is it's way more than 2 inches.
Yeah.
From one to the other. So I probably need multiple tons, and 80 divided by 4 is probably over 25 presses per layer. And by the time we get up to that number, I'm guessing he would just say, hey, let's just wait a couple of years. We'll put up a warning sign.
Can you sub somebody in? Can you just sub somebody in?
I could. I've thought about that. He's very eager to get it done right away. And I said, hey, if I go in and seal coat it and then we want to raise it up, it'll match. It'll still look the same because the seal coat makes it look new, and of course new asphalt is new. So he liked that idea, but right now at this point it all comes down to cost for him. So I'm good, but I could reach out, of course, and contact a paving company and say, well, how much would you charge for this?
Stephen, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to jump in on this because I need to correct you on something, and I'm doing it for the best interest of everybody that's on here right now. When you seal coat, it does not look new. It never will look new when you seal coat. That's the first thing. Okay. Don't ever tell anybody that when you seal coat, it will look like new. Don't do that, because the expectation that you set with somebody will lead to potentially challenges and problems when you go to get paid or after the job's done, where they're like, that doesn't look like new. You know what I mean? And so be careful with that. You're much better off to set the expectations lower, exceed the expectations on the final product, and then over deliver on the value. That's a must when you're doing this, because when you impress somebody at the end of it, you do more than what they expected. Then you get your reviews, then you get the referrals, then you get paid and all of that, right? So, what we say a lot of the time when we're doing a restoration project or pavement maintenance, what we end up saying is, that we can do the best next thing to repaving it. We can seal coat it to give it a matte black color. It will blend better. You'll still see the asphalt texture, and if there's divots and significant pores and aggregate that's exposed, you're still going to see that, but the color will look a lot better, and you'll notice that there's a seal coat on that surface that will be resistant to oil, gasoline, and salt, not proof, but resistant, and also to the precipitation and traffic, right? It creates that buffer. For the new asphalt that's going to go into that patch, frankly, I would say this to you. As much as we sometimes want to do a project to help solve someone's problems, sometimes you're better off just letting them know that you're not set up to do that project at this time. You can provide the following services, but you also can get yourself into a corner if you commit to something that is out of the league, and you can burn a lot of money by making mistakes on it. So just some general feedback right there.
Oh no, I really appreciate all that. And I'm still learning the finer points. I was upfront with them and I said, I have to ask guys who know more than me, because I am within this certain wheelhouse and this is what I know I can do, but let's see if there's any options. And I was upfront. I said, there's paving companies out there who could take care of this for you. Let me see what I can find out. And I think I'm going to say, if you want this fixed, I can, or you can reach out to a paving company and get it taken care of.
Smart move, Stephen.
So it's, I've seen other companies who have gotten into a lot of trouble saying, yeah, we can solve all your problems. We can end world hunger, bring peace to everyone. And then they go broke going down a rabbit hole.
It's an important lesson, everybody, to take on this. Stephen, thank you so much, man. Hopefully that gave you some good advice there, brother.
Yep. Thanks.
Cool. Let's rock. All right, cool. John, what's happening? By the way, John, just so you know, we've got a screen full of coaches here. That's why everybody's on Spotlight with you. So I like to bring the coaches on during the Q&A section so we can interact and engage as well.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So I'm here, new here. I've been looking into power washing and came up upon your videos. I'm having a little difficulty. I'm in the New York City area. The liability insurance is pretty high for power washing in New York, so I'm looking to see if that's similar or different, if anyone would know.
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't have the answer. Does anybody else have the answer for New York for pressure washing? Dom, do you have any ideas?
Well, did you get a quote on your pressure washing general liability yet? What was that number?
To do commercial residential is 25 to 40K a year.
Okay, and
how much a year?
The question is 25 grand to 40 grand per year.
No, that's crazy.
That's crazy, brother.
You're not going to be that high. No way, not even close.
Right. No, so the question is it cheaper? The insurance cheaper for this industry?
Yeah. Well, what are you paying for insurance, Dom?
Well, I'm not operating yet. This is
Dom Manzo, the guy who's on with you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm at I don't know, I think it's like $400 a month. It's not bad. And but you have to make sure, if you tell the insurance company that you're a paving company, and then they re-gear that and they know that you're going to have a paver and asphalt, rollers and big trucks, then they're going, so make sure when you go to get that general liability, you say, listen, I'm a parking lot seal coater and line striping. We don't do paving. There's no big paving equipment or big trucks, or, we're not working in, outside in main highways or anything. You make sure they know that, because they could go ahead and quote you with that in mind, and you can get a larger premium there. So just be careful how you word it.
And is there, just getting to line striping alone, what are the liabilities in line striping alone?
I don't know, maybe you spill a bucket of paint in the middle of the parking lot.
Right, so nothing major. That's what I figured.
But remember, you're working. You want to make sure you're in a safe zone. You're coned off. There's no traffic flow around you. So liabilities will be. You always have a vehicle liability. With moving vehicles around you. So make sure that, you're always working in a safe area, right? And make
Right.
sure your area you're working in is coned off. So that would be a liability. You have a spray system, a small spray system. You could, get a small injury from that, but nothing too bad, right? Maybe a small burn or something, but I don't think the liability is very high.
Right. Okay. Thank you for your guidance.
You're welcome. And John, by the way, like you're in New York. Dom Manzo, who you're speaking with right now. He's one of our AK coaches. He's in Long Island as well. And so he does like in-field training ride-along programs, 3-day, 5-day, 1-days, and is happy to teach you the ropes as well. Dom, you should probably connect with John.
Of course, yes. John, John, if you can see my email,
yes,
and you're interested, just shoot me an email, tell me who you are and what your goals are, and we'll jump on a call together and we'll get to know each other and see where we can go.
All right, great. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Jeanette, what's happening?
Hey, what's up? I have to ask you, because you said that you're coming to South Carolina. Where are you going to be? Because I'm in South Carolina.
My phone is blowing up while we're on here right now. They're like, I heard South Carolina, and my phone is going me. I am going to Gaffney, South Carolina for 5 days of intensive back to back rollout of a project. But if you want it, where are you from Gaffney?
You're like 30 minutes away from me.
So you'll have to definitely drive in and come see us and give us a hug. Anthony and I will be there.
Awesome. I would love it. Please email me and let me know, because maybe we can catch lunch or something together. I would love to meet you in person.
That'd be very, 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 very cool. Whether it's lunch or dinner. Lunch is probably going to be a little hard because we're going to be going hard during the days. But if we grab like a dinner, that would be cool.
Me and Chuck will definitely make that. And
Let's
I want to pick up what you said earlier about the property management company. What I do also, most property management companies around here, they will have little signs, like, like the little yard signs. They'll have them posted around the property also. So I also take a picture of the property, what it is, and then get the property management company's information, take a little picture, and that way I have both the picture and what it is, and have it that related. I do a lot of pictures, and I'm able to follow up with them like that. But you're right. I actually spoke to someone today also, Carolina Holdings. I spoke to them. They have a lot of Aspen Dental around here and Mattress Firm, and they're always together. I just quoted one last week. She said that she's going to have it budgeted for about in between 2 months from now. So we'll be able to do that. And I asked her, I said, well, do you have any more properties that need any asphalt maintenance? And she said, yes. And she gave me one in Greenwood. So we went and looked at it today. And there's also some asphalt damage that needs to be maintained to it. So we're going to be I just sent in a quote right before this meeting. So you are totally right about the property management.
Congratulations. Yeah, on the windows of vacant units, a lot of the time they'll have the sign with the window that's there as well. So looking in commercial plazas for vacancy signs and so on, that's an interesting tactic as well. You can also find them online if you just spend some time Googling, right?
Yeah.
Nothing better than getting a business card that says property manager, the name, the mobile number, and their direct email address. That's a pretty special one. So I'll keep everybody in the loop too on the on that situation. But Jeanette, tell me, have any deals closed since last week?
Yes, actually a few. A property management company. She is the director over the HOA department, Henson Management. She is actually her personal residence. She is trusting us with her personal residence right now. So we have her on the schedule for end of October. She wants us to come out and fix some damaged areas to her driveway. And I feel like if we do a good job on that, then we're probably going to be seal coating it as well. And they also manage a subdivision in Greenville, but we striped the pool parking lot at that subdivision earlier this year. And the HOA board actually called me. They didn't go through the property management company. They just called me directly and they were like, hey, we love your work. Do you do seal coating? And I said, yes. So we have a whole neighborhood to do, a whole neighborhood. They want it done by November. So I'm gonna follow back up with them and let them know, it's getting colder temperatures. We don't really like to put sealer down in colder temperatures. We like to do it while it's warm. So hopefully we can get that on the books before then. And I just went and picked up the $117,000 check today. I was pretty excited about that.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Very excited about that.
By the way, congratulations to you ladies for keeping the AK Queens Facebook group going. And remember, keep consistent on there and bring more people, right? So that's awesome. I'm proud of you both. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.
Hey,
All
Stephanie.
right. There's Stephanie. Cool. All right, let's keep rolling. By the way, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of people just quickly here. I want to give a shout out to Brendan Brown. Brendan Brown, I just want to give you a big shout out there, my man. Big shout out.
I
Can you hear me,
appreciate you, man.
Brendan?
Thank you. Excited to be part of this, man.
Cool. I'm excited to have you a part of it, man. And it's congratulations on signing up to Dallas as well. We're going to make an impact, man. We're going to do this thing together. Rock and roll.
Absolutely. It worked out good. I'm pretty close to Dallas myself, so it's not a far drive.
Cool. There'll be 2 people in your party, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to try to bring my manager with me as well.
Fantastic. Look forward to meeting you both and shaking your hands.
Sweet. You too.
All right, cool. And then we also have Jesse coming as well. Jesse Gonzalez. Super excited to meet you as well. I don't know if we have Jesse still on here, but really excited to meet you as well. Cool. Rory, what's happening? Come on, spotlight, brother. Let's do this.
Hey, thanks for taking my question. I spoke with Spencer about 6:30 and I jumped on this call, so I'm about an hour and a half into this concept with you guys. I wanted to make a quick comment to I think his name was John, about the insurance, because I'm right up the street from him in Connecticut. And so he can't look for insurance online. He needs to actually sit with a broker and go in and meet with somebody, because I'm a full-blown GC, and I'm $1,100 for both. I've got a $3 million and a $5 million policy. I've got riders, and I pay $1,100 a month, and I cover the entire state of Connecticut, Westchester, and Putnam County, New York. So just to give them a comparative figure. With that said, I don't know if it'd be possible, but Don's in Long Island. I would love to just jump out there one day and just, ride out there, pick his brain, sit with him, buy lunch, buy coffee, buy dinner, spend the day, just so I can get my head into this. Spencer knows we talked a little bit about kind of what's happening. So, I don't want to do anything that would be against the team's concept, but if that'd be okay, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, man. So Spencer will connect all the dots. And Dom, by the way, Dom Manzo, I started with him in the industry way back when, and he's growing with us. We've grown with him. And so he's like a brother from another mother. He's one of my best buds. So you're in very good hands, and we'll do our very best to help you get off on the right foot, man. We're excited.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Rory, for the feedback too on the insurance piece, man. I know that's helpful to everyone. Yeah.
And just last part on that, make sure he's got to know whether he's got, there's a general liability and a professional liability, right? And sometimes those are interwoven, and the agents will love to just start throwing all the liabilities. There's a whole slew of different subs that go underneath that. Just take his time, go through the check mark. Hey, I don't need this. I don't need that. Right. And the difference is really is you're covered for risk versus craftsmanship. Really is the two simple explanations.
John, are you communicating with somebody already at Asphalt Kingdom? Who are you communicating with, John? You're on mute, brother. John, can you hear us? Oh, maybe you can't hear us. Spencer, do me a favor.
Yes.
Oh, John, you can hear us?
I think Glenn today.
Okay, great. So do me a favor, Spencer, if you can take this up for me. I have a guy named Quentin Lovejoy for insurance that we can help John get connected with. Super cool dude. And we'll just make the connect and you can have some conversations just so you get a bit of a heads up on what's going on there. If that's of interest to you, John.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cool. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's do this. We have another hand up. Mr. Cunningham, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, Judd? I'm going to embarrass Jacob here. Hopefully not. Stay there. I'll let you see his face. He just got out of the shower. So this is for Steven. He picked up a big job. He did the sealing. I did the line striping, but he called in a paving company to come do around the drain because it was such a big project being so far wide out. But here's the good news for Steven is this company, and I'll let Jacob talk here and tell you the rest. He just did a project for them for 6,500 square feet of sealing, plus they do crack filling, but they want him to do the crack filling, and they're setting him up with a whole lot more jobs. So, and that was just by calling a company just to do a job that he knew was over his head, and now they're hooking up. You know, same with the U-Hauls. You know, I'll let him explain here.
How you doing?
Great.
Hear me?
Dude, are you wearing a towel right now?
Yeah.
Let's
I just got done
Let's do
working
this.
today in the apartment complex they gave to me today. And it was 6,500 square feet and like 600 linear feet in cracks. And it was like moving a beach. It was so sandy. But yeah, we got done talking when I did the job, and they have more parking lots they want me to look at and driveways. I'm like, man, it's crazy we could do when you connect with just one company, you know? It's just off one company that they liked me. We talked at the job site for the big parking lot, and now they're just throwing work my way.
Congratulations, man. Super excited for you guys. Keep crushing it. Go get dressed, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, hopping on that too. Like I'm partnered with 4 local paving companies that push me work because I'm doing everything that's outside of their wheelhouse, and I'm doing everything, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Everything that I don't do, they do. Everything that they don't do, vice versa. You know, we both. They do all the paving work for me. I do all the seal coating work. They don't line stripe. No, I'm a line stripe internally. We do all the line striping. So you know that is like should be your groundwork of business partnerships. You know, I mean, they push it. I would probably say I do at least $100,000 a year from paving companies, 3 or 4 local paving companies. Like that was yeah. Awesome. I mean, and granted, I have my preferred guys that I like to use, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, and don't even get this like to the point. I'm still making 20-30% on top of their projects. Like, don't forget that part. Like, I'm still making money on the section that they're doing. They're charging me 10,000. I'm charging 12, 13,000. Like it, and I'm not picking up a finger. They have the system. There's no headache. I pick up a phone and it's done, you know, like, and granted, again, like I said, I have my preferred contractors. There's some guys where it's like, you know, maybe the customer is cheaper and he's literally just cheap. And I'm like, yeah, this guy will do it. He'll get it done. It's, you know, it's asphalt and you're good to go. And, you know, that type of thing. And that's, you know, you got to know the customer, and that's a sales, you know, sales technique too. Like what is the customer? What are they looking for? But majority of the time, you know, I have my preferred guy and that's who I push all the work to. And I might toss some small stuff here and there to the other guys just to, you know, keep them happy and make them think I have things coming in the door. But, you know, one of our biggest projects this year, we partnered, $60,000 was the paving section. The total project was $238,000. And, you know, I made 20% on that $60,000 section, and I did literally nothing. We just came and seal coated it. They came, they had their guys, their equipment, their triaxles, you know, everything. So don't forget that too. You know, that's also a play, and take advantage of it. You know, feel some guys out, and don't be like, oh yeah, you know, really, I forget who it was, but like, don't say, oh, go call a paver. Build the relationship. You call the paver. You capitalize on the profit.
110%, man. It's like pavement asset management, right? We're either a pavement asset management company or we're not, right? And so that's it. And Jeremy, sorry, I know your mouth is full, you're eating, brother, but come on, tell us. I mean, you know this world really, really well, right? So let's talk about it.
No, so the first thing was John had asked about insurance, specifically for line striping, and I actually have a couple examples of why you would want to have good liability insurance. First of all, being that we've had a trailer actually burn down because we're hauling around oil-based paint and thinner. Also, we had a customer at one point in time. He basically said that we had sprayed his vehicle, and it was all kind of a ploy just to exploit money out of us. And we've had 2 trailers stolen. You know, it's just part of the business. You know, over the last 8 years. So it is worth making sure that you're taking care of your liability insurance for your customer and the needs there, but also taking care of your equipment. You want to make sure your equipment's covered. You want to make sure anything you have hauling around that trailer is covered in the event of any of these items. So that was for John. And then just a small shout out to Anthony and Stephanie. Anybody who's worked with me knows my client can be a little difficult sometimes. It's oftentimes you find yourself not going out and doing the type of work you thought you were going to do. And it was par for the course. So shout out to those guys for doing a kick-ass job this week. And you know, check will be sent to you tomorrow.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Jeremy, where did you meet Anthony and Stephanie?
I saw them on your when you announced Stephanie being part of the roundtable coaches. I looked and they were in Michigan. I mapped it and they weren't far from a site I was having trouble finding a sub for. We were gonna do it ourselves, but it would involve us obviously driving all the way from Minnesota, Wisconsin area with our equipment to do it. So it was just good timing. And they knocked it out in a day and a half, and I think it's going to lead to a second project, potentially larger, but you know, hopefully it ends up being a full new asphalt job at some point in time. So.
Congrats. The reason why I asked that question is because we're going to roll into the final part of the AK Roundtable tonight, everybody. And what makes my heart sing more than anything is that we've built a community of people that get to interact and engage and communicate. And it becomes a safe spot, a place that is an inspirational platform, a place of positivity, a place of strength that gives you the courage to take that next step to be able to build a better version of yourself in the future that you desire. And so I really appreciate everybody taking the time out of their busy lives to be here, not for me, but for you guys to invest into each and every one of you, like into yourselves, to really do that, because a lot of people don't invest the time into themselves to become better. They get lazy, they sit on the couch, they watch Netflix day in, day out, they scan their feeds on their phone, and they build a life that's filled with average. And so for that, I'm really proud of everybody for investing into their lives right now for this hour. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. We're going to go ahead and finish this off with a one-word close for everybody on screen. One-word close is how you're feeling. One word to basically describe the meeting. Matthias, you are up.
Focused.
And mine is team. John, you're up.
Excited.
Billy Joe. Click that mute button.
Hungry.
I like that. Jeremy Staple.
Dallas.
We gonna see you there?
Certainly will, man.
I can't wait, bro. It's been way too long.
I agree,
cool.
man.
Nice. Yeah, it's time, bro. Big time. Brian, one more close.
Community.
Ecstatic.
Stephanie.
I was going to say community. I'll say togetherness.
Javon, one word close.
Stay positive.
Love it. Stephen.
Pumped.
Anthony.
I got 2 words. Finish strong, guys.
Let's go. Chad Keeping.
Determined.
Skylar.
Insight.
Hector. Hector, one word close. Click that mute button.
Yeah. Excited, nervous.
Yeah.
That's
Step
the word,
forward.
sorry.
Fall forward. Fall forward. It's a good place to fall forward. Step forward. Clay, one word close.
Family.
Yes, sir. Matt Phillips, one word close.
Black gold.
Yeah, love it. Ron.
Motivation.
Don Manzo.
Discipline.
Bob. Good to see you, brother. Bob. One word close.
More daylight.
Mr. Cunningham.
Perseverance.
Love it. Fantastic. Team, I've really enjoyed myself. Raise your hand if you had a good night tonight. You got some good value, feel good, pumped. Let's fall forward. Let's rock forward. Let's do this thing. Well, you know what time it is. It's time to rock and roll. We're going to see you next week. Same time, same place, right here on the AK Roundtable. Go win, team. Go win. Let's go.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
See ya.
Bye, guys.